So today's an off day just to get started. I did go ahead and get myself 3 Ratchet and Clank games, but they're on their way, so I'll play them when I get them. I'm definitely looking forward to definitely want to play those. I originally played Ratchet and Clank, and I wasn't really all that impressed. And I didn't get very far. And then I decided to play it again, just because. And then when I played it again, I was really impressed. And then I played it again, because I played it twice. Did all the extra missions and all that stuff. And I was really impressed. So sometimes this takes a minute, and then so that gives me an idea to try some of these other games again. As a matter of fact, as many times as I played Jak and Daxter, now that I'm doing like this hard mode stuff, I appreciate the game more than I ever have. So there's definitely a certain amount of I need to replay a game. And for me specifically, I don't know about anybody else, but I love replaying a game. So the ability to replay the game is definitely a factor for me. Like if I feel like this is a one and done kind of a game, then no thanks. You know what I mean? Even Harry Potter, I can see myself playing that game again. It's not at the top of my list. It's not something like that's begging me to replay it. But eventually I'll replay it because in order to get a perfect game, you have to do it the right first time. You can't go back. It has the same energy as an older game where like you really can't fix any of your mistakes. Like I need to practice being a lot more careful with Harry, for example, without losing so many points. Like it's easy enough to win the House Cup, so that's not really a problem. So I guess the real goal in that game is to get as many points as possible. As a matter of fact, Harry Potter is a perfect example. Everything in the game is fairly easy and doable. There's still some challenges. I messed up several times. I love the ability to redo something, if possible. Like almost no game, like even this game, for example, you can kind of sort of do it if you do like the level select thing, but that's not. I don't necessarily recommend doing that because it's not really the best program in the world. For example, if you move past the what is it the rescuing van mission, I think it is. Strip mine? Is it strip mine? If you go past the strip mine, there's actually certain things you cannot do because there's nothing that triggers the mission, and then like there's a part in the game. It's not the strip mine. It's something else. Anyway, there's a part of the mission where you knock down a tower and it becomes a bridge. Yeah, you can't do that, and then you've 100% lost that area of the game. Very badly designed. As a matter of fact, when people talk about like skipping the game, one of that happens as well. The people quote unquote skip the game. So before I do anything, well, I'm gonna start over for a couple reasons. I don't really have that much to do today, so I'm just gonna mess around. I was thinking about like maybe turning on a new game, but nothing is really grabbing me right now. So I ordered some Ratchet and Clank, and I'll play those, and then um, because I'm really looking forward to playing those. Kind of interesting seeing the original game, but the graphics of the PlayStation of this. Wow. It's interesting looking at young Jack in Jack 2 because he looks different than Jack 1 does. Like they updated the graphics. It was feeling a little bit too easy to just go Dark Bomb, Dark Bomb, Dark Bomb, so I'm gonna change my rules a little bit. I'm still gonna allow myself to use Dark Bomb, but I will say one thing before I continue. I don't know if you've seen my other gameplay or not, but pretty much all I do is this. Is this. Like all game. Like seriously. That's what I do. All day. So it's not really that much different than what I would normally do. So moving forward, I'm gonna try to like play the game as normal as possible, without doing any of these like cheaty face tactics. Because even though I wouldn't necessarily say that's a cheating face tactic, it kind of sort of is. So moving forward, not only am I gonna try to play the game like as normal as possible, but like I'll allow myself to use Dark Bomb, but I'm just not allowed to spam it. So for example, each encounter I'm allowed to use Dark Bomb once or something like that. So that way it would feel like a limit break, or that's not necessarily a bad idea. But like I was showing you guys before, like the rate that you get dark energy is stupid slow, and I'm not gonna go. I'm certainly not gonna move back and forth just to collect it. So I'm definitely not gonna do that, and I'm not gonna go all the way to the forest just to get dark eco. No, I'm not gonna do that because I want to save time. So there's certain things I'm going to do to save time, but I'm going to still try to be as honest as possible and play the game as fairly as possible at the same time for this. Because what I'm doing is a challenge. I'm not just simply playing the game, I'm doing a challenge. So it wasn't feeling challenging. So I'm being honest about that. It wasn't challenging. So I'm changing the roles, and I'm just gonna, and like I said, I'm just gonna try to be as honest as possible. If it starts feeling too easy, then I'm gonna adjust it. Interestingly enough, if it starts feeling too hard, I might adjust it as well. But because I got really close, and the reason why I'm doing that is because I got really close to saving shit. Like I got super close to doing it, so I feel like I could do that. It's not gonna be too hard for me to save shit. Helping Ashley is going to be difficult, but we'll see. I definitely am allowed to use Dark Bomb at least once during that fight, so for the time being, I'm going to state it like, okay, I'm allowed to use Dark Bomb per fight. Like, per fight. And I'm going to try to only use it like during like the biggest fights as well. Like, not every single fight, you know what I mean? So only when I get like severely outnumbered, that's the only time I'm really allowed to use it. But now that I've explained like what I'm thinking, I'm gonna restart the mission here. And starting now, no guns. I was just doing that to demonstrate what I normally do. starting now. Did I get? Okay, I did. I'm in here. I just wanted to check about it. I am. Okay. Oh yeah, I did confirm that there's 8 orcs here. I feel like it was a complete way. I feel like it's completely lazy of them to not tell you how many orcs in each area. It could have been so. It could have been so easy for them to do. It did it in the first game. It's just that's such a simple thing. Like I don't feel like that should be part of the challenge. I feel like I should know what I'm looking for. You know what I mean? Looking for it is still hard, whether I know how many there are or not. You know what I mean? Just because I know how many there are doesn't mean it's going to be any easier. It's like a random part. That's like a random challenge. That's not really like it's not necessarily making it any harder. If anything, this makes it more confusing. I did have an idea to play like Final Fantasy 12 as if I don't know what I'm doing, so I might do that again. You'll see. To be honest, as much as I love Final Fantasy 12, it is a little boring. So maybe when I get like a little bit more money, I'm gonna buy like the PlayStation 3, and then I'll get the Zodiac Age, and then I'll restart the Zodiac Age, and that will be actually pretty interesting because I've never played it before, and it's technically a different game. So I'll at least enjoy the fact that it's like technically different. Although I feel like I'm going to be a little disappointed because I guarantee that the majority of the game is the same. I did notice, like, I saw somebody else playing it, and some of the monsters are a little bit different, so that's going to be kind of interesting. Like, I think the crystal bug was actually different. Like, the animations for it was actually kind of different. So they did go out of their way to update some things. But I bet there's other things that were never updated, like for example the Great Crystal. And no matter how many times I play that game, I'm just never looking forward to that. The same is true about Yuffie's home. I always just kind of skip Yuffie's home, so not to completely and totally rag on Final Fantasy 12. There are some areas in Final Fantasy 7 that I'm not particularly fond of as well. As a matter of fact, when it comes to Yuffie's home, I always pretty much have to kind of look it up. There's a couple other things I have to look up during Final Fantasy 7 as well. For example, like the vault. I don't know how to open that vault without looking it up. Oh, by the way, this gives me the perfect opportunity to say what I did because I kind of skipped it. So, not that I feel like it's really all that necessary, but hey, I did say that I'm gonna try to like film as many things as possible, and then like I don't know if I put it on YouTube, then I might I might edit it out. But during this, so by the way, guys, if anybody is out watching me, tell your friends, tell your buddies, tell your family, tell everybody. I need to make partner, because that way I can make VODs. Because then I'll have like the original video here on Twitch, and then I'll have my YouTube videos as well. So I'm definitely going to be doing both, because Twitch is being I don't know Twitch is being silly, because I'm not allowed to keep my videos on Twitch. So if I ever make like a very interesting video, I might save it on Twitch. I do have like a certain amount of like space you're allowed to save things on, but it's very limited. So for the time being, we've got all my videos on YouTube. Because YouTube, I have unlimited space. So can't believe it's 11 o'clock already. How'd that happen? I haven't been feeling particularly well. I think I don't know if I'm sick or allergies or both. Last night I couldn't sleep very well, and then I passed out. Kind of weird. Doesn't usually happen. I don't have. I never really have sleeping problems, but from time to time I can't fall asleep. But once I fall asleep, I'm pretty much good. But once I fall asleep, then I'm tired as hell. So waking up is always hard for me, and falling asleep is always hard. But once I'm actually asleep, I'm good. Although I feel like the reason why I feel like I know why that happened because I took a nap yesterday. I also took a second nap, so I probably wasn't tired. So I had to. So I woke up for like 2 hours, and then I fell back asleep. But it's really all together is really not that big of an issue. When they say sleeping problems, it's by the way, when they talk about any kind of quote unquote problem, it's supposed to be a thing that bothers you. For example, everybody has a hard time sleeping. It's not a sleeping problem just because you have a hard time sleeping. It's a sleeping problem that affects you in some kind of way. Like it makes you extra irritable, it gives you extra stress, like you can't function very well, you're not thinking properly, stuff like that. Like has to have some kind of like life altering effect. Otherwise it's not. Otherwise it's not. You're not ADHD, you're not OCD, unless it's literally affecting you. As a matter of fact, I'll give you a good example. For going through school, I never really needed my learning resources. I needed an additional 5 or 10 minutes per test, right? But because the way things are, nobody would ever give you 5 to 10 minutes extra unless you get a note because that's the way things are. So sometimes because of the way things are, I'm a little bit more forgiving when people say things like that, like oh, stress, anxiety. It's not really stress. It's not really anxiety. But because you say it's stress or anxiety, people tend to be a little bit easier on you because they understand, even if it's not. So I think sometimes it's okay to claim it to a certain degree. Like sometimes we have to claim things that's not really true because it's beneficial to us anyway. Because it's just because of the way society is. It has nothing to do with disability. So I'm actually in favor of people saying it anyway because I think I think people need to actually take care of themselves more than we already do. In other words, I think everybody has a problem. Like even like the normal typical person, we have stress and anxiety every single day, and it's not like we do not take care of ourselves. So in order to actually take care of ourselves, it's actually okay to like overcorrect a little bit. Oops. But mind you, the main purpose of that overcorrection is for health. Now, keep in mind, I was properly diagnosed before I say anything else. I was properly diagnosed, so keep that in mind. So I was properly diagnosed. I'm not somebody who's just saying it. I don't support that. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying that if you've been having a hard time lately, then I don't necessarily blame you for exaggerating. But there's a difference between exaggerating and claiming you have a disability. So this and that. Because sometimes you just need personal care. And sometimes you just need a personal day off. And nobody else gets to tell you if you need a day off or not. But the thing I will tell you is be careful because I've been unemployed for a while. And let me tell you, it's not as great as it may seem to like just do whatever you want whenever you want. It feels mind-boggling. It feels empty. I've been craving something to do for quite a long time. This is why I'm going to school. This is why I'm going to the gym. This is why I'm doing all these things because I'm craving. I'm craving something to do. Like I need something to do. And I don't know if that's everybody else, but maybe that's just a me thing. But I can promise you, it's not as great as it may seem. And keep in mind, although I've been unemployed most of this time, there's been other things I've been doing. So don't think I'm just some bum, living in his family's house. No, there's been I've been doing plenty. Okay, so first of all, I have a bachelor's degree, which I don't talk a lot, which I don't talk about a lot. Sometimes I almost kind of forget I have it because it hasn't really helped me. And that's why it hasn't helped me get a job in any way. So I'm not necessarily looking forward to going to more school. Like I'm not, like really not. So when I decided to go to school, I decided to do something I would want to do no matter what. So even if it doesn't help me, I'll still be happy because it's a thing I want to do. So this is a thing I want to do. I'm not just going to school. This is a thing I want to do. Consider it a hobby. This is a thing to help me keep busy. That's really like I'm not even considering it school, quote unquote school at this point. To me, it's a thing to do. That's what it is. It's a thing for me to do. And if it helps me, it helps me. If it doesn't, it doesn't. I've kind of like accepted that. Like I fully expect that I'll still be unemployed after all this. Like I'm not expecting anything out of this. At most, I'm expecting like an internship. This is like this is part of the program. And hopefully, because of the internship, that will land me a job. But I don't have the highest expectations. But I am looking forward to it. Hopeful is not the right word, but I'm not pessimistic either. More like I'm just open to it. I see that feels the most right. I'm open to whatever happens. That feels the most right. I'm not negative. I'm not positive. I'm not really anything. I like. I do. I do want it. I don't necessarily hope that it's gonna happen. I do want it though. Those are two different things. Hope to me is like you kind of need it in a way. Like you're kind of desperate in a way. That's what hope means. It's like, oh, I hope I win $1 million tomorrow. Like it's a small degree of desperation. Well, desperation is not quite the right word, but I think you understand what I mean. It's a small degree of like, I wish. I don't know. I think desperation fits because like that's what a wish is. Like, it's like you're desperate. You're being desperate to some degree, even if it's a little bit. It's something that you really, really, really want. It's not like, oh, it would be nice to have $1 million. Like, yeah, that's something that would change my life. That's the definition of hope. let me go. Before I go there, that's going to be harder, I think. Let me do this first. I don't know. It's not. It's hard to put into words, but it is indeed hard to put into words. But like you said, it's not negative. It's not positive. It's just I, I, I don't know another word. So I am hoping for the best, but I'm also willing to accept whatever happens. I think that works. Again, I'm hoping for the best, but I'm willing to accept whatever happens. That's the best way for me to put that. Like I'm okay with whatever outcome. And that's like the most true thing I've ever said. Like usually when I say things, it's always with a hint of I'm not really sure. I am positive. I'm not this is not negativity, and I'm a surprisingly negative person, as I've come to realize. I've always thought I was neutral, but no, I've discovered that I'm actually kind of negative. Well, I don't really agree with that. I would say I lean towards the negative. That would be the better way for me to say it. I still believe that I'm mostly neutral, but I feel like the concept of neutral is hard to understand. I don't know if that makes sense. Like my definition of neutral is not necessarily correct. I guess that's the best. Yeah, that works. Like you have to understand, what does neutral mean? Neutral means both equally good and equally bad. So I tend, and just think about it. When people say, "Oh, let's be realistic," what's the next thing that they're going to say? Let's be realistic. You could never be the president. But that's not a realistic statement. That's a negative statement. Do you see how that works? Saying that I can't be the president is not a realistic statement. Saying that I can't join the NBA, is not a realistic statement. Saying that I'll never be a doctor is not a realistic statement. No matter who they are, they could be a student with the worst grades ever, and it's still not. It's still not. It's still not blah. It's still not blah. It's still not. I think I can do this. Ah, much better. That's 10 times better. It's still not realistic. This kid could be failing school, and it's still not realistic to say that because it's still perfectly realistic for them to be a doctor. No matter what, it's perfectly possible. It's perfectly realistic. I believe the phrase that everybody is trying to say is "it's not likely." Instead of the word realistic, replace the word realistic with the word likely. It's not likely, but realistic? No, realistic is incorrect. See, if somebody told me it's not very likely, I don't think I would be ever insulted by that. Well, I would just say, well, you never know. And then that would be the end of the conversation. And by the way, that's even more important because people have a tendency to like to drive a nail into the coffin, if you understand my meaning. They really like to hammer things down, like, oh no, I'm telling you, it's really not likely. Like, that's not necessary, guys. You already said it. You don't need to repeat yourself. You don't need to emphasize it. Like, maybe repeating it is okay. I'd have to think about that. But no, like, we have a really bad tendency of like, no, I mean it. It's not likely. Now you've moved from saying it's not likely to saying it's not going to happen. Your words may say it's not likely, but your tone is not saying that. And people do not understand that. Words are not always about what you literally say. Sometimes it's about your tone. And as a person with autism, I don't know why I understand that better than like other people do. But I can totally read people's tone. I think they're just not willing to admit what they're saying. And that's what you said. The tone, context, all that stuff matters, guys. You can say whatever you want, but that's not what your body language is saying. That's not what your tone is saying. That's not what your attitude is saying. You're being kind of rude. So even if that is what you're saying, you're being rude about it. So there's not necessary to be rude about it. So you're emphasizing the likely, and when you emphasize something, it changes the meaning. That's how language works. But yes, maybe you didn't literally say that. But sometimes it's literally. No, that is what you literally said. And people just have a terrible memory. I didn't know I could do that. I could have taken like a shortcut. Needless to say, like I said, it's perfectly realistic to say I could be president. Now, let's just pretend I'm 20 years old. Then it's not realistic. Not because of the person, not because of how hard it is, but because it's literally impossible. So therefore it's not realistic. You're not old enough. Now, hypothetically speaking, it could still be realistic. Although I'd imagine that this particular concept would be debatable. Yeah, I would imagine that this would be a debatable concept. However, it's still perfectly realistic, and you know why? Because we could totally vote to change the age of the president, and then therefore it would be perfectly realistic. And it's perfectly realistic to understand that we could change the age of the president. So 35, I don't know. Why do we have to be 35? That seems a little bit arbitrary. I definitely agree we need to be like 21 or something. 18 minimum. Although I don't know if I would necessarily agree with the 18-year-old. I kind of like the idea of 21 because that's drinking age and whatnot. Maybe 22. You've been to college and you've been an adult for a little while. Maybe not quite old enough though. I can almost agree with 30. I was a surprisingly different person at the age of 30. I wouldn't say there's anything really there's not really anything that different that happened between 30 and 35. Nothing substantial. I would say there's a difference between 30 and 40 though. I would say I was like versed enough and aged enough and wise enough to be a president at 30. Maybe a little on the young side, but like not impossible. You would definitely have to sell it. You'd have to be a quote unquote more mature person. And like maybe like a very successful 30-year-old or something. If you were a very successful 30 if they were a very successful 30-year-old, like a doctor or something like that, I would totally go for them. And I mean like very successful, like top 5, top 10%. Because being young can actually be an advantage. Absolutely. Yeah, sometimes age is not a good thing. As a matter of fact, if we have an age limit, we need to have an age maximum because sometimes these guys are getting up there and they're losing touch with reality. Talk about realistic because their world doesn't really reflect the average person anymore. There's too many young people, but they don't really represent us. Like the people in Congress and the people in the president, they don't represent anybody under the age of like 50. Like seriously, they really don't. Hell, half of them don't even understand the internet. Like it's not even necessarily an age thing. It's an obsolete thing. Their ideas and concepts and the things that they understand are completely obsolete. Actually, that's perfect. It's not really an age thing. It's an obsolete thing. And I have a feeling that's gonna start happening more and more. I mean, they say a computer is too old at like 5 years old or something like that. Seriously, Uh, for, I don't know why, but lately I've been very picky about my words because I feel like sometimes we're not saying the right words. It's not about age. It's about being in touch. You know what I mean? You could be senior citizen all day as long as you're willing to understand the current times and the current mindset and the current like state of like reality, then it doesn't really matter what age you are. But for some strange reason, people who are older are stuck in their ways and not really willing to understand newer concepts. That has nothing to do with being conservative or liberal. It's just understand newer concepts. Like this whole AI stuff, I'm sure it goes way over everybody's head. From what I can tell, most people don't even understand it. To be honest, I'm not even sure if I understand it. I understand it well enough, I think. And I'm getting really good at this mission. I used to hate this mission. I still want to get 25 precursor orbs. Like I said, I'm not gonna be doing that. No way. If you think I'm gonna be walking back and forth, you're crazy. Like I said, I want to do the mission. I want to play the game, and I want to do this special thing. But I don't want to be playing. I don't want to be doing something for like 10 minutes. No. Like I want to do this as quickly as possible and move on to the next video. Oh, you guys are lucky that I'm redoing it. It was kind of bothering me. I'm not gonna lie. So I was like, yeah. I mean, yeah. I feel like it's a little bit too easy. So no matter what, I always think of myself as a very honest person. Like, yeah, this doesn't seem very fun. It's a little bit too easy. I need to make it more challenging. But I gotta find a way that's not completely and totally like bullcrap either. See, I feel like some of the time, I went the wrong way. I feel like sometimes people add things. It's like, yeah, that's I don't know. I kind of call bullcrap on that. Because obviously I am allowed to use the dark bomb because it's a thing in the game, right? Like, so saying I'm not allowed to use it is kind of crazy. Like I already said, I'm not allowed to use guns. Like that's enough. Like I already limited myself quite a lot. But using dark bomb every 10 seconds is definitely like out of the picture. And by the way, I want and it is 100% like arbitrary, and I'll tell you why. I actually get this idea by watching something else, and at the end you have to dark bomb the crap out of the final boss anyway, because that's really the only way for you to fight him. You might be able to punch him. I don't know if you tried that or not. I'll tell you this: the Baron, you can't do anything to him. Maybe the final stage. I have to see, but you can do that in the final stage. I just don't want to have to do that every single. I just don't want to have to restart every single time. So I would give it like one try, I guess, and then have to restart from the beginning. Jeez. I'll say another thing. I want to try to stick to like 2 hours as much as possible. Any more than 2 hours seems like it's gonna be a lot, and I already have like a lot of editing to do, and I definitely want to play my games, but like at this point, don't get. This is weird. I'm conflicted. I have two ideas, and they're conflicting with one another. So I don't know what I want to do. I definitely want to get myself more games. Frankly, I've lived a long time without any games. So, for no other reason, I just kind of want them. Call it my collector's habit. I've always been a collector. I like collecting things. I'm gonna pick a couple games, even if I never play them. I still want them. I'm definitely gonna be playing some Ratchet and Clank. I'm looking forward to that. I'm not looking forward to some of these games. Ben 10 was very disappointing. I love the show. The remake wasn't as good. The original is good. I still need to watch the movies though. And I don't know why that particular mission is always kind of hard. I think I'm gonna try to get to Sid and then call it good. If I get myself to Sid, I think I'll be good. After that. I don't know what to do with this. Technically, I could redo this later. So, mental note. I could redo this later. I just want to move on. So, if I'm going to make a special video, I'll make a special video just for this. I think it's just easier for me to just get this over with. He said, if I want to make a special video, I'll do it later. Like, I can't redo the Sid mission. Actually, I probably could. Well, actually, no, I don't think I can. I'll do. I will. What I will do is I'll get like as little points as possible. That way I can just get it done and over with. And then at some point, like if I feel like it, I'll redo it. But I don't know if I want to redo it again or not. But as a matter of fact, this particular one, I already did it, so I don't really necessarily need to do it. The one I need to do is the blaster. Yeah, kind of. Actually, I just realized that this is 3,000 and then the blaster is 4,000, which is probably why I won't be able to do it. I was able to get 3,300. I feel like I can still get 4,000 now. It's gonna be really close there. I'm done. There's no reason to keep going. Just getting it out of the way so we can move on. Yeah, like I already did that one anyway, so you can watch the other video if you want. I still gotta do that one. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do this one or not, but I'll give it another try. I got pretty close. If I memorize like the pattern a little bit better, I might be able to pull it off. I got to 3,300, so it's pretty close. I feel like I can do a little bit better. If only I could beat Dark Jack. If I could beat Dark Jack, I would totally be able to do it. That's the one thing that's holding me back in that, I think. But it won't let me beat Dark Jack, so that's the problem. Like, yeah, doing that without a gun is gonna be challenging for sure. Maybe impossible. It might be impossible. It's pretty close. But even getting like 3,500 is gonna be difficult, I think. So even though it's close to 4,000, it's still not really because you don't get that many points. And the way to get the 4,000, I know exactly what I'm supposed to do. I think if I get the two golden metalheads, I think I'll be able to pull it off. I think it's going to be hard as crap though. I think there's only one way to activate them. It took me forever to figure out how to activate them. I think there's specific metalheads that trigger it or something. I think I pretty much know how to do it now. It took me a while to kind of figure it out. Basically, you have to get like the ones that pop up in the corner. I think if you hit them, then the golden ones show up. So I think it's like specific ones. It's either that or like a certain number, like a certain amount of metalheads in a row. Because I know like the one mission always was a little bit strange. The blaster mission, the gold mission, getting gold and blaster using a blaster is definitely tricky. I can get gold easy as hell on any of the other ones, but getting gold with blaster is definitely hard to do. Oh wait, is that? Am I helping Sid now? I think it is. Wait. Yeah, I'm helping Sid. Before I help Sid, let me go ahead and get this stuff. Actually, I should be able to do it without doing that. I think I should be able to do that without doing that. And let me just go ahead and help Sid. I'll do. I'll try it like a couple times, and then if I need Dark Blast, then I need Dark Blast. But keep in mind that I'm not going to be spamming it. So the goal this time, and I'll even like point it out to you. I'll make it more clear. I think these cards the way they were designed. Well, actually, it's even harder because I don't have. I'm gonna have to be very selective of when I use Dark Jack. In particular, I just don't think that this game was like very. I don't know. So I'll have to wait. I don't need it right now. So I might even have to use it like once per mission or something like that. I don't know. Because that would be like. Because of the way the game is designed, I would be lucky to use it once per mission even. Alright, let's go shit. Let's see if I can pull this off. I think I should be able to. He just kind of goes really crazy. I really didn't like that. Yeah. But I mean, it's yeah, it failed. And once I fell down, it's like this is over. I feel like I used that too early. Maybe I can refill. I said, I feel like Ashley's definitely going to be a little bit tricky here. She kind of sucks. Sid is awesome, at least. Here, can you like move? Damn it. It's stupid hard. Damn it. Ah, forget it. I swear I did this before. Messed up at the end. I'm gonna need the freaking thing. I'll be back. I'll definitely need it. Like I said, so before I move forward, like I'll only try to use it like when I need it as much as possible. So basically, the idea is to use it as little as possible. That's the idea. We'll see. I'll see how I end up doing. and I'll have the opportunity to show you this, guys. Real quick, easy peasy. Where's corn? I find corn at. I find get out of my way. Jeez. The unit collision in this game is crazy. It's kind of wild. Usually when things blow up, they like they disappear. But is that it? There it is. Yeah, I'll show you something real quick. I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing. I'm finally sort of getting the hang of the map. In general, I'll still have a really hard time with it, but I'm okay. I think the only ones that can really get are the ones that were here. Yeah, I don't know what somebody was talking about the swamp kills you. I'm like, yes, it does, but like you're also like pretty easily like can bypass it. It was like not problem. That was not problematic at all. There you go. Wanted to show you guys that. Like you're like, I don't know what you're talking about. That was actually really easy. I just gave it a try just out of curiosity. I remember the swamp hurting you, but like I also kind of remembered like you could walk in it for like a little while or something. As a matter of fact, I'm not even sure how that ended up like working. I think it only hurt me the one time. I don't know. Maybe it just gets used to it right away or something. I don't know. Is there like a cooldown on that or something? I don't know. That's kind of weird. But yeah, and then I have to do 2 missions, which I'm not a fan of doing, but it's got to be done. Let's see, I think the one is over here. Both of them are relatively easy. I'm not a fan of the one mission, but whatever. This one? Yeah, this one. Like it is what it is. Alright. I don't know why, but like I was just struggling really hard with this mission. I did slightly better the second time I did it. I was able to kind of regain control. It's not easy to do. I feel like once you lose control, like it's kind of continue to lose control. I was actually able to do it this time. Okay. Holy crap! I did it in like one. Come on, go, move! Why does it not move sometimes? Holy crap! I did that like in one go. Alright, so where the hell is the other one? Go. Wait. This is what I mean about the map. That way? Yeah, that way. I wish I could like select things on the map or something. Oh, we can't go that way. Okay. Wait, no, we can't? How did I do that? No, I can't go that way. Is there a different way to get there? How did I do that? What wrong? Oh wait, I'm going the wrong way anyway. That's why. That way? Yeah. And this is easy enough to get, so I'll have like 25. That worked, sort of. Okay, where the hell did I go? I swear, it teleports you really freaking far. Okay, not that bad. That way? It's definitely a challenge in this particular game. I don't care how many times I play this game, I still don't know where I'm going. Anybody like really good at knowing where they're going in this game? Because if you do, you're awesome. That's all I gotta say. Alright, so I need. Only way for me to do this is I need a car. Car. There we go, 25. Easy peasy. So now I actually showed you what I did. And I made it look like I actually know what I'm doing. Be careful, guys. I might actually know what I'm doing. I think that's really the real thing. I know, like, growing up, people that played Halo, like, you guys have to practice this all day, every day. And don't get me wrong, there's probably a certain amount of, like, they're just naturally good at it or something, but I know that I know they just practiced it for hours. As many hours as I've practiced this game, I feel like I should be better at it, but especially with these stupid tricks. So no, I do not have the dexterity to pull off some of this stuff. But so even with and that let's call that talent. Two people exactly the same in every single way. They train, they work, everything. But there's still a difference between them. That's talent. Because people say that way too often. Um, they make it seem like talent is like the important part, but no, I would say talent would be like the last 10%. To quote Thomas Edison, 90%, no, 99% perspiration and 1% inspiration. It's not that much, you know what I mean? I don't like how he like freezes like that. That's kind of annoying. There, this is fine. See, you may say that this is cheating as well, but no, I disagree. I can do this as much as I want. I just can't use Dark Bomb. I think I need a little help to pull this off. But I don't need to cheat. Just a little help. Because to be perfectly honest, the guns are cheaty. If you want to be stupid about it, I would say the guns are cheat based. Because here's a part of the game that you don't even use. I mean, seriously, when have you ever used Dark Jack? You know what I mean? Like, I would say he's definitely strong as crap, but like compared to the guns, it's like weak sauce, man. And I do not like the way he's controlled. It's it's really not awesome. Yeah, I would say this is fair. This is fair game. He has that little bit of extra speed, helps me get to the bad guys a little bit faster. You gotta control it a little bit better. I think I got an idea of how to do this. You gotta not spam it quite as much, and I think it's fine. So yeah, basically, I'm Dark Jack. That's what we're looking at. All right, it's looking pretty good. Jeez, I hate this. There, jeez. Fire again already. And he's about to die. Taking too much damage. I have to restart. You see what I mean? It's definitely challenging. So that's like the proof of the pudding. As stupid as this may be, it's clearly challenging. That's the goal. Like I wasn't able to just easy peasy do this. I'm gonna have to do this a couple times. You know, Sid, I have a feeling that I'm actually better than you. He's acting like, oh, I'm the veteran, blah, blah, blah. No, I think I kick your ass. You watch my six. Ah, crap. Come on, get back up there. This one's easy enough. There. You know what? Just stay back in this last few nonsense, guys. What do you say? Just stay out of my way. I don't even need your help. He is tough. I'll give him that. I think I need Dark Jack for this. I think he took too much damage here. I'm gonna need Dark Jack here too. He said I can use Dark Jack as much as I want, just not Dark Bomb. I like that. I like this. This is good. Hey, that's exactly what I was looking for. Thank you. Okay, he has a lot of health. Okay. Nice, nice, nice. Okay, the next part's gonna be the hard part. Alright. Come on already. There you go. It's just left over there. See what I mean about him like jumping around like that? But alright, let's go. Now, just don't fuck up. I definitely wanted to redo this one. Okay. Come on. Come on. Yeah, okay. Took you long enough, please. Okay, I did it. Never used Dark Bomb. I figured I could do that one. Ashley's gonna be challenging. But yeah, so I'm making it clear from now, like, there's no way I could have done that without Dark Jack, though. I don't think that would even be possible. And that was still challenging, okay? I had to redo it a couple times, so therefore, it wasn't too easy. But it's still kind of challenging. He kind of runs all over the place. It's kind of hard to control. I would say that's a fair challenge. I'm not looking for an impossible challenge. I'm looking for a fair challenge. Yeah, trying to do that without Dark Jack would be crazy. And I don't know. Maybe I will, but maybe I'll do another game where I try to do it without Dark Jack. I don't think it's going to be possible, though, because these guys are too hard and they're too all over the place. See, when Dark Jack, when I turn into Dark Jack, it's a lot faster. Although I guess if I do that, maybe by somersault all over the place. That would be the only way. They're just coming from too many areas. I kind of need Dark Jack because of how fast he is. So I don't know. Like I said, I'll give it a try, but for now, let's just stick with this. So yeah, so now I have Dark Bomb, but I'll be using it as least as possible. That goes double for the Dark Blast as well. Okay, so this managed to help Sid, so do you want to keep going? Yeah, let's keep going. I gotta figure out. I don't think this is gonna be nearly as fun as I think. Just for one thing, I think he's actually more gun happy. There's actually a part of me that believes that might be possible without Dark Jack. He's actually really good at combat. Like, if I do that, maybe that might do it, and then like that, and like that, maybe. Too bad there's friendly fire, so that if there wasn't friendly fire, then I'd be able to go a little bit more crazy, but I have to kind of watch out for Sid, otherwise I'll end up hitting him. But it's definitely challenging his craft, sure. Oh man, I should have made a save point. That way I don't have to get these orbs again. Because I can use a secret to go to Sid and skip it, but it's not hard mode. So there's no way to skip to hard mode Sid. So yeah, you can skip to Sid, but not during hard mode. So you can either do normal mode, skip, or you have to play hard mode straight through. So there's no way to skip any of the content for hard mode. I just thought about that. Which is why I like to make save files sometimes. As a matter of fact, it's actually almost a good idea to have a specific memory card specifically for this game because I like to play it so often. So yeah, at some point I might get a memory card just for Jak and Daxter. Hey guys, let's all pull our money together. Every single PlayStation fan out there. Every single PlayStation fan out there. Like I don't know. Let's agree on like $1 million. I don't know. how much money does it cost to make a memory card? $1 million would be enough for PlayStation. I feel like $1 million would be enough. So let's all put our money together. Let's create a GoFundMe and request that PlayStation makes an official memory card with more memory space. Because I'd rather not use it. I have a not off-brand memory card. It's not. I'd rather not use it. Are there any ones that people recommend? Because it had like data corruption and stuff like that. Dear PlayStation, make an actual memory card, and make it sellable for like I don't know, $10. I'm willing to go as high as $20. $20 is a bit much for a memory card. $10. $10 is fair. Let's get 1 million people, all PlayStation fans. That'd be $10 million. There you go. That'd be worth your time, wouldn't it? Make it like 100 megabytes. I'll say make it like freaking 5 gigs. That'd be more than enough. Seriously, how long has the PlayStation been out? And like you said, it was out for a while during PlayStation 3. Oh, I think it was still around during PlayStation 4. PlayStation 2 was out for a long time, and they were coming out with games. I was just talking about that the other day. It's not like they stopped making games for it immediately. They made a couple more games for it even after the 3 came out. Like the 3 came out, but they were still making 2 games. I think the 4 came out, and they were still making 2 games. Because not everybody got the 4. Although by the time 4 came out, like 2 was pretty much done. But still, I feel like it was out for at least a little bit longer. And then you started seeing them get rid of the PlayStation 2 games. And then the only places that had the PlayStation 2 games that did that were like the retro stores and stuff. But I feel like it was like a good while, like probably clear to like 2015. I would say somewhere around 2015 is when they really got rid of it, give or take. And like GameStop didn't get rid of it until like a little bit after that. I feel like Best Buy got rid of it like sooner than that because they're a little bit more like what's the most popular, I guess. In particular, this is easier because you can actually kill them. These guys are kind of tough. The message is just kind of fun using Dark Jack. And that is the ultimate argument. Easy enough. Alright, so this is a good example of when I can use Dark Bomb. This is like a freaking horde. But I'm only allowed to use one. Anybody who lived. There you go. Yeah, so any situation where there's like a giant horde, yeah, I can use it. Although I feel like it could have done it without Dark Bomb. But hey, Dark Bomb's still fun. I wouldn't say I'm not allowed to use it. That's just kind of dumb. I just have to limit my ability. Unfortunately, I still have to use it against Baron, but there's nothing I can do about that. I have to. So I'll try to limit it. I'll try to limit it to like I have to. You know what I mean? I feel like that's kind of fair. I don't really have a choice. This is actually a good use of Dark Jack. he takes less damage. It's really freaking awesome. Seriously, he has all kinds of abilities. I would say primarily, like I'm just having fun with Dark Jack. I actually want to use Dark Jack. So I might want, like I said, I might try another game where I don't use Dark Jack at all and see how it goes. Does it? I feel like normal mode is a little bit too easy. So I'll have to try. I have to try. I have to try hero mode. That went pretty well. So there, I was able to help save without spamming Dark Bomb. That's basically why I restarted. So that takes me back here. So I have to get back all the way back to Baron, and then I'll be good. I don't know how far I'm gonna go today. This is 12. Let's go a little bit longer. Let's go to like 1 o'clock, and then I'm gonna get something to eat. Yeah, 4,000 is gonna be hard to do. I'm just gonna do this server with. Just because I just want to get it over with. Let's see. Not that it matters. I feel like they should have done like double ammo or something. They ever done. I just wanted to get that as quick as possible. Yeah. I'll try that again later. See, that's the one I do need to redo. Alright, so where am I? Where am I? Oh, I gotta go to Kira. Get that done. This is a fairly easy mission. You know, it's interesting that the game itself is exactly the same. I feel like I would have tried to make hard mode harder. But the game is exactly the same. Like, I don't know, like make... Just trying to think. 5 more missions? 5 secret missions that have to be done during hard mode? That would have been awesome. That would have been cool. And here are 5 missions that are only available during hard mode. That would be something worth playing for. Every gamer in the world would totally want that. You can unlock these 5 missions by playing hard mode. But you can't make it too many things. Cause I understand that. If you can't. If you add too many things, then you have to make it. It would be like a $60 game. But in my opinion, I feel like they could have taken some. I feel like they could have taken some of the things out of this game to make room for that. I just feel like the game designer, like the game itself and all that other stuff, everything is fine. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about like the what's the word? Like the concept. The concept is not quite amazing enough. You know what I mean? I enjoy every single mission in this game. But like, why? Here's a good like. Why would I play hard? Why play hard mode? There's no reason to play hard mode. In some ways, hard mode is even easier than normal mode, which is kind of weird. If I use like all the capabilities I'm supposed to be using, then this would be like easy. For crying out loud, I could be invulnerable. I just don't think they thought it through all the way. The what's the word for that? The coherency. Like the game coherency is not like. Is that the right word? I don't know if that's the right word. Like the fluidity. The It's not the right word either. The construction of the game, not the design. That's the wrong word. The construction. I think that makes sense. Yeah, the construction of the game. You feel like they could have like plotted it out a little bit better. The the storyboard, if you will. Huh? Oh, you think I did it too fast? That's hilarious. I was ahead of it. I don't know why it's so hard to get there. For some reason, the left one is not as like. It's supposed to be a left stick, but it doesn't quite. Oh, is that why? Okay, I gotta do X. For some reason, that's like I can almost like do that at the same time. There we go. Kind of getting the hang. For some reason, the left is a little bit trickier. I don't know why. Oh man, I should have gotten more points after that. Whatever. It's fine. One of these days I'll get a little bit better at doing that. I feel like the way you get points is not good enough for something. Unless I'm missing something. Basically, the only way to get points is by grinding. It's kind of annoying. You can't really get points by any other way. It's like. Easy, easy. Moving on up. Yeah, so 12, 20, so I have time for like 2 more maybe. And I forgot to de-thaw food yesterday, so I'm gonna go get something. You know, I've been eating really healthy lately. It's almost impossible to find something good to eat. where's a good place to eat? Seriously, like Subway. I feel like that's a decent place, but it's not the best. As a matter of fact, the whole thing, the whole thing about Subway is like you're technically not supposed to eat an entire sub or something like that. I don't know if I ever looked that up or not, but like technically, technically, a serving is a half a sub. I have to double check that just out of curiosity. That's put it this way. That sounds right. And the reason why I say that is because you have no idea what a serving is. A serving is tiny. Servings are tiny. So I get this rice. I think it's Uncle Ben's pre-made rice. It's really good. A serving is half the packet. Half the packet. Not the full packet. Half the packet. So I usually get 2 servings of rice. I remember you're supposed to have like 2 servings of vegetables, 1 serving of protein. I think probably most likely is 1 serving of carbs. I have to guess, and it's like 2 servings of vegetables. And then like the one part I always like kind of mixed up a little bit is it's 2 servings of vegetables or fruit, not both, not like 4 servings of vegetables and fruit. It's 2 servings of vegetables or fruit. So you can have a serving of vegetables and you can have a serving of fruit, but not like 2 servings of these. I have a tall glass, so it's probably 2 cups. So I usually drink about like 2 cups of milk. Yeah, it's probably 2 cups. Maybe it might even be 3 cups. I don't know if it's quite 3 cups, but it's maybe 2.5. I'm telling you, things are a lot more than they may seem. As a matter of fact, I can probably tell you. Let me see. Hold on. This is 16 fluid ounces. That's about half, so that's about 8 ounces. How much is the cup? I don't remember how much a cup is. 16? Is that right? 16 ounces a cup? It's been a while. I feel like that's right. 16 ounces a cup. I seem to remember that at some point, somewhere, somehow. without looking it up. So this is 8 ounces of water. Maybe not. Maybe that is 16 ounces. Yeah. That's like a bottle of water. But needless to say, I've been really trying to watch my weight lately. It's like apparently I've been doing really well because I lost a good amount of weight. So I'm down to 190 now. So whatever I've been doing has been working. So I'm gonna keep on doing it. I don't know what my final goal is. I feel like I decided it's gonna be like 180. So my weight should be anywhere from like 160 to 170, which I feel like is too light, even for me. Keep in mind I was 150 in high school, but I was pretty small. Definitely a lot bigger than now, in more than one way. I don't know. I feel like 150 might actually be accurate. Actually, I don't know. I think being a little bit bigger than you're supposed to be is okay. There, go away. You see what I mean? They were starting to crowd me a little bit. Keeping him in the wrong way. I really can't control him at all. All right. I wonder if I can do this. This is kind of interesting. Wrong button. Right? Burn up that. There we go. That works. This is legit fun, and that's the biggest. That's the biggest thing. As long as I'm having fun, then I don't care. There we go. Woo! That was so challenging. There we go. This area. So if you don't do this area correct, you will never be able to do it. This is the one I was talking about. What's this area called? The drill. The drill platform. Yeah, this is the one. I'm just doing that to get out of duck jack. You feel like waiting. It lasts forever and there's no way to get out of duck jack. Now, if I really wanted to be like super special about this, I would say I wasn't allowed to kill anybody, but there's no way I'm pulling that off. maybe at some point I'll try doing that. And do the I'll pack up here. Got a health pack just for me to get hurt again. Oh yeah, this is so much better. I don't have to go back and forth. Oh my goodness. Oh wait. He's in the air. I can't really deal with him. He's like gonna continue to chase me. Now this, oh crap. Now that area, that one, I definitely have to do it because I can't fight these guys any other way. And there we go. That's another thing. Like every time I do it, I'm gonna explain why. So that way you guys know. Like if you've ever played this game, you'd already understand that. But yeah, you can't fight these guys any other way. So I'd say that's completely fair. I love this particular mission because it's one of the few missions that remembers what you've done. So I don't have to do. I don't have to. I feel like more missions should be built this way. Like I did the first one. The first one's done. Now it's on to the second one. I still have to re-walk the area every single time, but at least I make. But at least I make. But at least I make progress each time. That's kind of like that. I tried to do that only once, but I kind of aimed that badly. There we go. Ow. Now for these guys, I can just shoot them. Go away. I really like the idea of like only having a certain number of enemies. Any game where it's like here's an unlimited number of enemies. That way, you can like kill all the enemies and then do the thing. You know what I mean? Like, it never ending like that is like really hard sometimes. no way. Yeah, for the flying guys, I don't really have a choice. Yeah, this thing. Yeah, if you don't knock that down, you can never knock it down. You never, although I think there is a way to get over here, but I don't know if it would actually work. 'Cause I think I've tried that. Because the platforms don't work either. There we go. Easy enough. I guess I have time for one or two more. I did that. I did that a little bit easier than I normally do. I'm having a little bit of popcorn because my stomach actually kind of hurts. Yeah, I'm okay. I need something to eat. I'm hungry. Hungry. Popcorn. Do not underestimate the power of snacks because when you're feeling really hungry, sometimes I like to have a light snack because then it makes you feel not so hungry anymore. Like it's like your body tells your brain like, oh, you can calm down now. And then you're hungry again after 15 minutes later. Fuck, I thought I just ate. Especially with something like popcorn, which has like kind of has substance to it, but it has very low calories. Oh wait, yeah, there's a hack for you. Popcorn has very low calories, but just make sure you have like don't have too much butter. I actually don't like that much butter actually. If you really want to hack, add some like cheddar. Get some like low fat cheddar. I love cheddar. Oh my goodness. Cheddar popcorn is so freaking good. And then you get your protein. You know, it's weird. I completely forgot about Daxter, but in Ratchet and Clank, it's Ratchet and Clank the entire. Oh, wait, no, actually, no, it's not. I don't think. I just looked at all of the titles, and I think they did change the name. Which is weird. It's like the whole concept of the game is bizarre. Now, Daxter, on the other hand, makes sense because Daxter is about a game that's just about Daxter saving Jack. And there's actually one of the few games I wouldn't mind playing, but I would have to emulate it. Is there a way to play that game on like Steam or something? By the way, what's the rules for Steam? Is Steam like official or like what's up? What's going on there? Is that like an emulation? Is that a pirated thing or is that official? Did they get paid? Like what's going on? I feel like they made a deal with Steam or something. Yeah, so I definitely would like to play, and I always forget about that. Instead of buying myself a PlayStation 3, I should just get myself a better computer. And then I'll play Zodiac Age on Steam. I think they have it on Steam. I have to double check to make sure they have it on Steam. So for every game, I'll probably just play it on Steam. I feel like PlayStation is really missing out a little bit, and now they're doing stupid stuff like getting rid of old content. Like really, you guys have like an unlimited cloud. Although I know it does cost money to keep their servers running, but I don't know. It's hard to say, to be honest. I understand how it works. I think everybody does, but it doesn't make it suck any less. There we go. Rate of fire. All right. You just have time for one more. Then I would really like to get something to eat, especially because I want to get that. Especially because um, there's a couple things I need to do. Need to get myself ready. Yeah, I think 2 hours is more than enough. I'm gonna have to ground myself. I am grounded. I think that's the real issue here, and I don't think any like quote unquote girlfriend is really mad at their boyfriend for playing games. I think it's this. This is what they're mad at because I guarantee, and I know my gaming brothers. Okay, we tend to forget about everything else when we're gaming. So it's not the game that they're mad at; it's the fact that we're completely and totally irresponsible. And I have to personally raise my hand up when I say that. But if you say like 2 hours, it's like a kid. You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. I'm grounded. So if you tell yourself 2 hours, 3 hours, it doesn't matter. See, I like to watch movies. I'm a huge movie guy. I love movies, even more so than TV. And one of the reasons why is because like you can kind of keep track of it that way. When I'm watching TV, I have a tendency to do this. When I watch TV, I watch like 50 episodes. Don't get me wrong. Once in a while, that's not a bad thing. But all the time, and then I'll watch TV all day, and then I'll play games all day. Okay, so I'll watch TV for like 10 hours, and then I'll game for 10 hours. That's when it really becomes a problem. So if you're gonna binge something, then binge one thing. You know what I mean? Don't binge multiple things. And I'm speaking that I can raise my hand on that as well. So don't feel like I'm picking on anybody. I'm picking on myself. I was talking about this before. I'm a collector, but I collect everything. Like I need to limit myself to collecting one thing. I never really got into collecting movies, but I do. But I actually do have a small collection. I don't have the biggest library, and I don't need any more. I don't know, maybe like one or two more, I guess. Especially now, as like they're getting rid of stuff, so DVDs are even better than DVDs are even better. As a matter of fact, I have a whole theory about that. Alright, what was the missing this time? Kind of got lost track. Oh, is this helping Ashley? Yeah. This is gonna be a hard mission. Okay, this is a good one to end on. Yeah, this is gonna be a good one. This is gonna be good. So yeah, let's help Ashley, and I'll call it a day after that. I can get there real easy. I'll tell you one thing. When you're doing this game feels a lot easier. Like I'm just gonna skip all this fighting. I don't have to fight any of these guys. I can just completely ignore them. It kind of makes it boring a little bit, but I'd rather just like get there. Kind of speed running it a little bit. This game is not as speed runnable. It's not as much of a speed run as the original, but it's still kind of there. It's too long of a game. But there's certain like things. I might have to let them tell me real quick. There we go. I'll reset. Alright, let's go. Okay. Oh crap. Sorry Ashley. Oh man, he's so hard to control. Okay. Again. Okay, I'm allowed to use it once, just to clear the way. There we go. Damn it. Yeah, it's gonna be hard, as you can see. Alright, I'm gonna have to strategically use this. Okay, that one I can definitely use. Oops. Okay, I'll have to wait. That should help. Woo! Damn it. For some reason he has a hard time. Oh, it's probably because I'm spamming too much. But yeah. Yeah, as you can see, it's a challenge. There you go. I miss getting rid of them because it's like, why are they here? There you go. I need like some health. You know, actually, just like get out of my way because you're not helping. At least said it's like tough. Ah, crap! Damn it. Yeah. Oh boy. Why am I doing this? Oh no, this feels cheap. That's the only real. For some reason he doesn't get hurt when he does that. That's kind of interesting. Ow. I swear, I don't get why he has so much health. Doesn't make sense. I think it's because some of the little ones, like some of the little guys, don't hurt you very badly, but still. Ah. Run away. Okay, this is gonna be challenging. Okay, let me try to get all of them. Just make it a little bit faster. There we go. Wait, it starts. There we go. Start right away. Alright, try not to run that way. Yeah, there you guys up a little bit. Damn it! Ah, come on. I really can do this, I think. I feel like I'm using that dark bomb too soon. Those guys are easy enough to get rid of. I don't know. I'm spamming too much, that's what's going on. go. I was doing well. Ugh. I don't like this guy. His controls are really crazy. I have to not spam it so much. There. There. As you can see, this is definitely going to be challenging. And there's no way I could do this without Dark Jack. This part right here, I would stop right here. Yeah, I would definitely fail right here. So even if I made it here, I would fail here for sure, 100%. No question. Ah! I swear, Ashley's not helping me at all. You're basically doing this on your own. Ah! That was bad. I like how the cutscene actually transforms him. It's kind of cool. Ah, come on. Damn it. This is crazy. Absolutely enough. Ah, come on. I like the whole lightning thing. Ah, come on. He really jumps around like a crazy person. You can actually kind of sort of dodge the bullets when you're doing that. Ow. Already half dead. Come on. Ah, this is crazy. I don't think it was particularly easy with a gun because they're all really hard to kill and stuff. Why did I fail that time? I don't even know why I failed that time. I didn't go too far. I don't know. Weird. I swear, sometimes this game just does weird things. Weird programming. I think I'll wait. Ow. This is miserable. Oh no, I kind of feel like I failed right here. Okay, maybe I'm allowed to use each power one time. But this is getting ridiculous. Ah. Oh wait, no. It's not ready. That won't work. Alright, well, I have to come back because this is like impossible. So I'm going to change the rule that I can use each power once, which I still feel is pretty fair. So I can use Dark Blast and I can use Dark Bomb. I don't think that's unfair at all. Basically, it'd be and if you want to talk about unfair, let's talk about Final Fantasy VII. If you know, you know. The whole point of that game is let's get as broken as possible, man. But secretly is why I love it so much. Talk about spamming and crap out of stuff. Ah, come on. Can I go this way? I think I can. Yeah, I can. Alright. Oh, that works. There we go. I'm gonna buy myself Dark Blast. And if that doesn't work, oh man, I don't know. Do I have enough for Dark Blast? Actually, no, I don't think I have enough for Dark Blast. I think he gets. Well, Hold the bone. I think it. No, it's not ready yet. So I need like 50 orbs or something like that. I think I need 200. I didn't know you could jump up that. I'm usually not a fan of like farming, but in this case, I'm gonna have to make an exception because I think I need it. Let's see. I think I'm gonna save it right here. Actually, let me finish doing what I'm doing. That's a pretty far away from 200, but I'm pretty close. Yeah, pretty sure that's what I need. I need like 200. If 200, is it like 250? No, I think it's 200. Oh, the monsters died? I don't think I knew that. Oh, no, they're back. Just that one is gone. Here. They don't have any crystals. That's right. They don't like respawn. Were they spawning when I was helping Ashley? I think they were. I feel like some people can be just outright unsufferable, no matter how you look at it. This other guy I was watching for a while. He talks about like he was missing uh, um, mental headaches, and people kept giving him a hard time about it. And then he explained it, and they were still giving him a hard time about it. Like, I feel like it's not a matter of you have a problem or you say something or you have low criticism. It's the second time you do it, and the third time you do it, and the fourth time. Like, people are just outright insufferable. They really are. Like they really want to go. They really want to go out of their way and freaking push your buttons. I am not kidding. I swear they're trying to do that. I'm convinced. This is the best way. I think if I go that way, I can go back home. Again, any eggs. Yes, they don't have any. Oh, yes. Okay, so yeah, I was getting some gems at least. Grinding point. Yeah, so 31. How about every time I transform, I can use it? I'm not kidding. You know what? You know what? Every time I transform, I can use it once per. I think you understand what I mean. Like so, like one. So I can only use it one more. I can't use it anymore right now. I'll try to explain it. Like each round. So that's round one. This is like round two. I can't use it anymore right now. So like the next. Ah, crap! No. Man, I hate this character. I'll try to explain it. And like I said, I'm going to try to go out of my way to be as fair as possible. So I'm not going to be outright cheating about it. You'll see what I mean. I have an idea. I just don't know how to explain it. Yeah, so that's round one. This is round two. It's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so I'm not allowed to use it anymore. 1, 2. Round two. Okay, round 1, 2, 3. Round 4. See what I mean? Like 4 more sewed up so I can use it again. I can't just like spam, 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 spam. You know what I mean? So like every time 5 more sew up, I can use it again. It still feels like it's kind of cheating, but no, I think that's working. It still feels kind of difficult. See how I like missed that guy. I have to fight these guys. Basically, I'm allowed to use it against waves. If there's a wave, I can use it. That's a better way of explaining it. Like four or five. Then I already used it against these guys, so I can't use it again. There. Round two. I'm trying to explain it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, see how he lived. So that guy and that guy. Oh, there we go. That wasn't too bad. I think that's fair because that's like ridiculous. Yeah, because I ended up using it like 3 times. 3 times. Just try not to be like super spam happy about it. I guess. I think that's fair. I still felt pretty hard. I had to try it like a couple times before I succeeded. And then I'd have just enough to buy the next power, I think. Then I'll call it good. If I had blast, I might be able to do that. If then that would have been 1, 2. So I would have had one more because I used it 1, 2, 3. I used it 3 times, so it would have been a little bit harder. But basically, I just substituted one for the other. Like one of his powers is to be invincible, so if I had my powers, I would have been fine. Does that make any sense? It's not my fault that the powers are stupid. The powers are the powers. And by the way, there's no way I can do it without Dark Jack. It's not happening. And frankly, I think the weapons are still more OP. And you know what? I kind of agree with that. Like, I feel like the weapons are actually more so. I'm not gonna lie. But I could have done that without getting hurt. So this is actually challenging. And as you can see, I could have been like jumping off the ledge and stuff. So there's definitely an element. So basically, the idea is like, if there's a swarm, I can use it. I can use it if there's a swarm. If there's like 3 or less, then I can't use it. Something like that. Or like each wave. I understand what I'm talking about. Basically, every time I get overwhelmed, there's like way too many of them. Felt a little cheap. It felt a little cheap, but I think it's fair. Considering how hard it was. Like, it looked cheap, but it wasn't really as cheap as it looked, if that makes any sense. See, then he gives me Dark Blast. So I would have had Dark Blast anyway. So I could have done Dark Bomb and then Dark Blast, and I think Dark Blast is even better. I would have killed more guys. So. There. Okay. We're going to stop there. I'm going to get something to eat. Talk to you later.